right, today we're going to talk about zippers and how to put zippers into a garment. There are three different kinds of zippers that I'm going to show you today. The first being the centered zipper, which is this one. As you can see, it's centered right in the seam, and we have a stitching line going around the zipper to hold it in place. The second zipper we're going to do is called the lapped zipper, which is a one-sided. You only have the lap on one side rather than two. That's the second zipper. And very similar to that is the fly front zipper, which is this zipper, which is the traditional fly front zipper that we will do, that you would wear in such as jeans or pant opening. Right now we're going to do the centered zipper. The centered zipper is this one, in which we have the opening going right down the center of the seam. Okay? So it's centered on the seam. In order to start this, what we want to do is we're going to do a basting stitch from where the zipper starts up, and a regular stitch from where the zipper is not going to be down the rest of the seam. So we have a basting stitch here at a 1/2 inch. We're doing a basting stitch up and a regular stitch below. We press open our seam allowance. Okay, we're going to press open our seam allowance. So we have our stitching line, which is the basting stitch from where the zipper is going to stop up. That's where the zipper is going to go, and then from here down we're going to do the regular stitch. Then we're going to press open our seam, and we're going to place this zipper face down. We're going to place our zipper with the head down, with the head towards the right side of the fabric. And I'm going to put where my notch is, that's where my zipper is going to start. So I'm going to put the bottom of the zipper centered right where my notch is. Then I'm going to pin this in place. And I want to make sure that my zipper is centered right on the seam. And if I've got an even seam allowance, I can use that as a basis for centering the zipper. All right, and as you can see, I'm going to pull that over a little bit so that my seam allowance is even. You see how this is going to be centered on the seam here. I have just a tiny bit showing on each side of the zipper tape. And I want to make sure that I keep that centered on the zipper tape all the way up. And notice also how I have let the zipper extend over the end of my seam allowance, over the end of my the top of the garment. Okay, if this were our garment, if this was the top of the garment, because I'm going to put a facing on this eventually. And one of the hardest things as far as sewing a zipper is sewing around the bulk of your zipper head, which we kind of eliminate by extending this above the zipper. So I've been putting zippers in for years. I went to a zipper demonstration, and all of a sudden they told me about that, and I was like, why could I not have thought about that? So anyway, we're going to extend that longer than our length of our zipper, okay, our garment. So if you're putting a 6-inch zipper in, buy a 7-inch zipper. If you're putting a 7-inch zipper in, buy the 9-inch zipper. Okay? Okay. So now I have this centered. Now the next step is this. We're going to sew around the zipper.